Welcome to a series where I blind test plugins from ads that I see. My name is Adam and I make plugins professionally. I've been a producer and songwriter for about 12 years, and 2 of my projects are signed to Apple Music record labels. And today we've got a plugin called Random by Beatsurfing. I saw this ad and I want to give it a shot. This plugin's been out for a while. I've actually seen it around. I've heard people talking about it. I've always been kind of curious, but never really curious enough to try it. But today I kind of do want to try it. So I want to see what it's all about. See if it lives up to the hype. It already has a reputation kind of set for it. So my understanding is it's sort of just a randomized sound generator type plugin. So I'm expecting to get cool and interesting sounds that I can play on the piano out of this plugin. That's all the knowledge I'm going into this with. Okay, so let's load up the plugin. I only see audio unit. I don't know why. I like my VSTs, but oh, glitchy, trippy. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Does that mean it's good? I guess so. Okay. I'm just going to go through presets, start it simple. And so I've always been seeing this graphic thing, and I've been curious if it just looks cool or if the plugin's good. These are 808s, I gotta go lower. Ugh. I don't know who's using that 808, that's kind of whack. Kicks, okay, they've got a lot of drums. And I know they also made a drum plugin, so I didn't expect to see any drums in this, to be honest, but maybe that's why they made a drum plugin. They kind of realized they accidentally invented like a drum plugin. Haven't heard anything interesting yet. There's no wet effects. This is horrible. Am I doing this wrong? It's like just wet farts. These are plucks. That's cool, but like I'm missing fluid? I'm not going to get into the controls yet. Let's just keep going through. This is monophonic. You don't drag. Oh. Why does the image like draw a little? Am I changing anything? Okay, I am changing stuff. These knobs are mapped to the grid a little. Nice. Cool. I don't know what I changed, but it sounds better. So this is the interesting quadrant or half. Okay, let's see what the random, I think this is like a random button. I think that's the whole point of this thing. So let's spin it. I spun it. I'm just going to spin it a few times. What is instability? Makes the graphic move more. Oh, there's tooltips down here. So random variation of the current sound. Okay, so it's randomizing off of like a starting point. It's not completely generating new things. Instability per note variation amount. Per note. Deviance. Amount of added randomness. Yeah, so that's like the amount of randomization off of the current sound. I don't know what instability means though. It says per note variation. Different notes? It seems consistent on all notes. I don't know what that control is about. Let's go to matter. So it seems like these are probably like the starting point sounds. It's kind of cool. Let's go glide. What am I doing here though? Very cool visuals, I know that. Different colors. It's like a lot of pitchy stuff that would probably be hard to use melodically. I'm already getting the sense that this is for like really experimental electronic music or drum and bass or like dubstep where people just want cool sounds. And it's okay to play like a single note bass line for 4 measures because that's what those genres are. I don't know that I would use this very much so far. I work mostly in like EDM pop, like pop and kind of also lo-fi and bedroom pop. So I have a piano background. I'm very melodic and compositional, and I don't know how useful this would be for me. A lot of harsh sounds that I personally don't like. But I know I'm overlooking a lot of these. Whoa, shut up. Why is it? I know I'm overlooking a lot of these controls. See, I'm more attracted to like these simpler, like these little cutesy pluck sounds. Like, cause that's more usable for me and what I work on. But so what happens when we manipulate this? So it's kind of unclear. The x-axis is called fluid. Or at least that's moving. It was moving. That's weird. It was moving when I was doing this. So matter X. This is probably like a wavetable or something. It's like scanning through different tonalities or timbres. And then matter Y. I don't know what matter Y is. It feels like a combination of effects, like a multi-effect thing. Like resonators and phaser flangers. I don't know, some random stuff is happening there. But so like, how do I use this? So what's drag to export? Is this audio? I'm dragging audio. Is it just a one shot? That's what it dragged. And what are we playing? So this is the sample, I guess, before any of those effects. That's what's under the hood. If we change this, then what does it export? Okay, but what if I randomize it and it's still on that setting? And then we drag it. Okay, so it is printing differences from the starting point. So if I randomize it and change it, I thought maybe it was just dragging the root one shot that's under the hood, like it's just a sampler. But it is printing changes. So let's see, like, this is what it was. That's what it was after I randomized it. I don't know. Let's try to go through presets. So let's go to what's super matter. And I want to run a little test here. So I'm dragging out this from this preset. Nice. That's exactly what the C sounded like. So it's just sampling this sample. So maybe the instrument's creating those samples and it's just sampling them and it's not applying crazy effects, but it's just creating crazy samples, maybe? And then just normally sampling them across the key range. But so let's try some effects. I want to see if these will get exported. That's all I'm testing here. They do. So this kind of exports just a one shot of what you've built in here. I don't really know why you'd want to do that. I guess if you want to put it in a more interesting sampler or like your favorite sampler engine, I guess you could take it out. I'm going to go through some more presets. Ooh, that one's harsh. I'm just going to keep playing different things. I'm also struggling because like none of these are traditional, like color and presence and gain. Sure, I can understand those. Glide, I can understand those. But spike, like warmness versus harshness. So it's just like a distortion. Like they're using very confusing terminology that makes it hard to learn. Resonators. This particular sound is resonating no matter where I am, but... Okay, so it's like a resonation. A fluid, bleed, decay. Got it. Okay, sweet. Sensitivity, velocity, sensitivity. I don't really know if I would change that ever. Color, harmonic color. That's just like a filter. Stress is amp decay in trigger mode. Okay, so here's a C again. I want to export it again and see what's happening. Yeah, okay, so again, it's validating that it's just exporting anything that's in there. But the presets don't seem great. Like, are there usable drums in here? No, definitely not. This is... I don't know whose snares those are. Like, just because it's transient doesn't make it a good snare, you know? But maybe they just wanted categories. I don't know. What is default? What's the point of default? If I load default. Oh. It's just like the first with no effects. Regular ADSR. So this is, I want to know, is this randomizing? It's not changing the envelope, it looks like. That's a mean sound. There's some aggressive stuff coming out of this, but I would love to see what that waveform looks like. Yeah. Ableton's warping it. You can ignore that. Yeah, so I mean, so then if you can export anything that's changing as a one-shot, my guess is that this tool is meant to just be for making new sounds and then having the user put them in their own sampler. I don't know. They could have added some simple like wet effects. Am I missing that somewhere? It would make the sounds way more, maybe that's why they don't want you using the sounds in the plugin. They want you to export them and use them in other ways. But it's kind of weird because like my instinct, it's in a playable instrument right now. So if I like this already, why can't I just blend it into my song? They should have just like a reverb or a delay or something. The visuals are very cool. I mean, I know that that's like a huge point for them probably, and that's honestly why it caught my eye initially. But it's just like not doing it for me. Like there's nothing, like I could just export random, like these are the random sounds I've exported. Let's listen. Like there's maybe 2 of these that are usable and cool for my taste. Maybe this is not for people like me. I think this is for people who make really experimental stuff, for people who like to explore sounds. I don't. I like to focus on production and composition, I guess. I find it very hard to control this thing. But I want to look at their website because I want to give them, you know, the chance to redeem themselves. Maybe I am just overlooking important things about this product. Percussive, expressive, distinctive. Yes, for sure. Infinite sound generator plugin. Yeah, but that doesn't always mean they're good sounds just because they're infinite. People aren't after infinite. They're after infinitely good. At its core, Random employs neural network principles to navigate across an infinite array. So it employs principles of neural networks to navigate samples. So it's a sample library that they're messing with. Central to the experience is the transformative power of the random wheel, the synth and the resonator. Through hundreds of parameters, deviance determines the extent of randomization. So they're saying that there's a synth and a resonator. So what I take from this is that it's a sample synth paired with a resonator, and then the parameters are randomized and you get random results, and then it prints the output as a one shot. So basically they have a sample set probably defined by these materials. For each, they apply a visual theme. And then the randomizer is changing 4 or 5 static effects, and then a resonator engine under the hood, I guess, is part of that. And resonators are interesting. That's how you make like new tones out of a sound. So it's not really generating anything new. It's just working off of what they have in there. What is this? Dive even deeper into creative journey with tables and presets, each a testament to Faz's artistry. Do I have these? I don't know. What's random matter? I don't understand. Is that their preset library? Is this what they're talking about? Is super matter? Or these are that guy's presets? I don't know. It won second best plugin of the year from Andrew Huang. So he personally just likes it. It's not an award or anything. Yeah, okay, so I think I get it. I think this is all that it is. I was kind of hoping I missed something. I think we can already do closing thoughts. I won't be using this. I think they have a very cool visual design language, and it's eye-catching, and it makes people maybe buy it. They don't offer a trial, so people probably just buy it for $49 or whatever it is. They have a 14-day return policy. I will be returning this to get my money back because I will never use this. I've played with it for about a half hour here, and I've gotten maybe 2 usable sounds for the styles of music that I work in, and that's more listener-friendly music. You know, it's not EDM head music, but I do like, you know, writing drops and producing grooves and trap grooves and all that. And I don't really think I would make use of this at all. I think it's like a fun experiment that this team built. They were like, let's make some, because my team built something similar to this, but it had more of a niche, like it had more of a focus to what the point of it was. And this one doesn't feel like it has a point. I'm feeling like I'm missing a theme here. It's basically like, it's not for any one type of sound. You can even see in their preset library how chaotic it is. It's got 808s, it's got snares, it's got plucks, it's got a random category. And even the snares and plucks, like they all kind of sound the same. They're a little more transient, they're a little more plucky, but they're not snares. They're not really 808s. They don't, so like there's no focus to the product, I feel like they made something cool just for fun. And there's merit to that. Like it's an experiment. It's for generating cool sounds, for staying inspired. If you're a sound designer, I guess, could be cool in cinematic music. If you're trying to make like weird, like for horror scoring or like some crazy, I don't know, sci-fi stuff, that could be cool. I don't see it having much of a place in my toolbox for music production. So I will be returning it. I'm not inspired by this plugin. Visually, it's kind of cool, but the rest of the UI I find a little boring, confusing, and underdeveloped. And I'm glad I tried it because it is cool. It definitely is unique, but it's not entirely new. Like I feel like there are a lot of plugins doing this now where they're saying we generate infinite new sounds, but it's really just still working off of samples. Now I know that I won't be trying their other one, Random Metal, I think it's called. It's a percussion one. That one I thought could have potential because like random percussion sounds can be cool, but again, it's not in my domain. I don't really find that interesting. So for me, it's a no-go, but hopefully you learned something about it and you could try it out yourself if this would work in your workflow. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit me with a subscribe. I do this for like plugins that I personally want to test. There's no reason for this. None of these brands are asking me to do this. I see ads and I think, hey, these brands are advertising their product, so they want me to buy it. Let me see what it does, you know? And if it's interesting, if I actually think it could be cool, I'll try it out. All right, catch you next time.